So, as many of you already know, Princess Catherine of Wales went in for abdominal surgery in mid-January, at which time the palace put out a statement basically saying that this was a planned surgery and that she would not be resuming royal duties until after Easter. She was discharged a couple of weeks later and is reportedly recovering at home. Around the same time, Prince Charles underwent a prostate procedure. Cancer was discovered, and he is now undergoing cancer treatment. I won't be reading on him today, but I can in the future if people would like. Since her surgery, Kate has rarely been seen in public. She was photographed in a car with her mother, but from what I understand, the palace did not want those photographs published for some reason. In case the accent doesn't give it away, I am from the United States, and I'm not always clear on the relationship between the monarchy, the press, and their powers and obligations, and so on and so forth. So I'm providing the broad strokes about what I've read. Then, the palace released a Mother's Day photo featuring Kate and her 3 children, which was clearly photoshopped. Clothing and hair were clipping through. Kate's face may have been superimposed from a previous photo. The palace then retracted the photo, and Kate put out a statement apologizing and saying that, like many photographers, she enjoys playing around and editing her photos. Also of note, William was not in the photo, supposedly because he was taking the picture, a claim which has also been called into question because the photo was not taken on an iPhone as originally claimed. There's just been a lot of questionable PR decisions and dumb lies that are fueling conspiracy theories about Kate's whereabouts and the state of her and Prince William's relationship. And seeing as I am coming back from my own rather lengthy hiatus, it's been, I think almost a year since I've uploaded a video. If you know, then you know. And I thought the case of the disappearing princess would be an appropriate and, let's say, fun way to kick off my own reappearance. So, to let you know, I will absolutely be editing this video, but unless I have mutated, my hands will not be clipping through any tables or cards. And, in case it was not blatantly obvious, these readings are alleged and they are for entertainment purposes only. So, let's get started. Okay. Looking at Kate's general energy, we have Mercury and we have the Knight of Cups coming up in reverse. So I do see her wanting to communicate with people in her life, with the public, wanting to express herself. However, she is holding back, or she's doing so in a passive-aggressive sort of way with this Knight of Cups coming up in reverse. There is quite a bit of that mercurial energy between these two cards, that Gemini energy, which can come across as, I love you one minute and then I hate you the next. So some moodiness, some avoidance of direct conflict, perhaps. Everything here looks very restrained, like she's holding back the floodgates, not saying what she wants to say. Mercury is also about short or spontaneous trips, so a weekend getaway or popping out for lunch with friends or with her mother. So I do think she's up, I think she's out, I think she's getting around. She's probably getting her strength back. As for the Mother's Day photo, I'm curious as to why it was altered. Was it, as she said, just a desire to touch up the photo, or was it something else? And we've got the Sun, which is, it's fun, it's freedom, it's optimism, it's joy. It's also about shining a light on something, which that last bit is sure to fuel some conspiracies, no doubt, with all these theories about the crossed fingers and secret messages and whatnot. But what I see is a concern with optics, with the portrayal of a joyous, loving family. And that's not to say that they aren't happy or that they don't love one another, but this photograph, it's about showing themselves off to the public, about being seen in a certain light. We also have the Four of Cups in reverse, so there could be some truth to Kate's statement. She is an amateur photographer. Maybe she was playing around, having fun with self-expression and digital editing tools, but the Sun coupled with the Four of Cups suggests, once again, that this is more about optics. It's about showing themselves as healthy, happy, family-oriented royals. It's about connecting with the public on a basic human level, or about wanting to appear in touch. And if that is the case, then what can we make of Prince William's absence? And here we have the Judgment card, which is about the public perception, a reevaluation, snap decisions, snap judgments. So the first possibility, which I think is unlikely, is that he was simply away. He was busy with a separate public engagement. But I mean, how long does it take to snap a photo? Like I said, that is unlikely. The second possibility, slightly more likely, is that Kate made a snap decision to either take or create the photo without William's presence or his input. Which, I mean, to be fair, we did get the planet Mercury earlier, and it also has that sense of immediacy, that feeling of, I've made my choice, I'm going to run with it. It has that kind of energy, so it's slightly more likely. The third possibility is conflict between William and Kate. One of them, presumably Kate, judging William, saying that you don't belong here. You're not one of us. You don't belong in this photo. Or because we were getting that passive-aggressive energy as well, saying it by way of just taking the photo when William wasn't there, cutting him out of the photo. The fourth and final possibility is that because this is a Mother's Day photograph, and because Kate is the one who has been out of the public eye, she's been dealing with medical issues, they wanted the public's focus to be on Kate and on the children, rather than on William. It was a PR decision. It was a choice, basically. To help clarify, to make sense of this, we have the Queen of Wands coming up in reverse. Now, that's someone feeling overwhelmed, burned out. It also can be jealousy. It can be unfaithfulness. And we also have the Seven of Swords in reverse. That's a card of the moon, a card of deception, of concealing things under the cover of darkness. Also, if I'm not mistaken, both Kate and William have their moon in Cancer, so this could be indicating an emotional rift between them, or there's something that they're not saying aloud. There's that passive-aggressive energy again. There's a conflict between the moon and the sun, between wanting to throw caution to the wind and wanting to maintain the status quo. And the public scrutiny is adding to the pressure. So I can't say precisely why William is missing. From these cards, it would appear that the public pressure, coupled with Kate's health and whatever is going on in their relationship, it's causing one or both of them to feel burnt out, to feel overwhelmed. And what about the other photo, the one of Kate and her mother in the car? Why would the palace, assuming the story is true, why would the palace want to keep that under wraps? And we have the Three of Wands, which is about travel. We briefly mentioned short, spontaneous trips at the beginning of the read, with Mercury coming forth. And to clarify, we have the Five of Wands and the Two of Swords, both in reverse. So this could simply be saying that While Catherine is well enough to take these short day trips, she isn't yet up to attending royal functions or state events, and the palace doesn't want the scrutiny. They don't want people saying, well, if she's fit enough to go shopping, then why isn't she fit enough to go to a ribbon-cutting ceremony? It's also a third party coming in between, so it could just be that the palace is guarding Kate's image. They want to maintain control over what the public knows about Kate's itinerary, about her health. They want control over what is being seen and said about her, which, I feel like that's nothing new. And I didn't ask before, but I will quickly ask about the state of Kate's marriage to William. And we've gotten the Fool, which is freedom again, spontaneity, new beginnings. So this could be one or both of them wanting to move on from the marriage. Realistically, I doubt that would happen, but it is a possibility. More likely, this is a change in their dynamic. It could be that the surgery has impacted Kate's health more than the palace is letting on, forced her to make significant changes moving forward, that in turn has changed her relationship with William. Could be day-to-day operations, taking care of the children, could be their sex life, could be any number of things. This could also be a desire to rediscover one another, taking the time to get to know one another again in a way that their busy lifestyle hasn't allowed for. It does appear from all the cards we have gotten for them thus far that something about their dynamic has shifted, and I think it is still up in the air as to whether this will bring them closer or will push them apart. Okay, is there anything else that we should know? The Queen of Cups reversed. I can't help but notice that this is the second Queen card that has come up in reverse in this reading. First for Kate and William's relationship and now this. So I do think that there is something up with Kate's role or future in the monarchy. Something is not going to plan. This card is also hailing back to the start of the reading, Mercury and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Whatever is going on, it's going to get worse before it gets better. I'm still picking up on an almost rebellious energy from Kate. The Queen of Cups reversed is emotionally immature. It's overindulgent. I wonder what's fueling this behavior. So to clarify, we've got the Devil, which is Capricorn. That is Kate. She has her sun in Capricorn. And in tarot, Capricorn is ruled by the Devil card, not because, Capricorns are evil or satanic. The Devil here is, it's a bit of a misnomer, as it actually depicts either Baphomet or the Greek god Pan, a half-man, half-goat, and a balancing of opposing forces, man and animal, male and female, good and evil, and Capricorns, they are the sea goat. They are a coming together or a balancing of earth and water or of the material and the emotional realms of life. So the Devil card, it also embodies the Capricorn ambition and drive, which, when poorly aspected, can lead to overwork and to burnout, which we discussed earlier. Looking at her cards as a whole, this does feel like her own version of, I would almost say, a midlife crisis or a rebellion of sorts. It's like someone who has been on a diet for 10 years who says, fuck it, I'm going to eat pizza and pasta and I'm going to have wine for dinner. Or someone who doesn't want to play princess today, doesn't want to get made up and smile and pose for the photographs and give the polite PR-savvy response to every question. It looks as though there is a conflict between how Kate feels and her duty to the British public and to the institution. And with Mercury, I do see her wanting to be more vocal, maybe to push back against that old policy of Never complain, never explain. All right, folks, that is all that I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to drop a like on the video if you like it, drop a comment or drop a tip in the tip jar if you really, really liked it, dislike it if you dislike it, and until next time, bye now.